We are very blessed to be in Bloomfield Hills. We have a lot of opportunities for our students, and the reality is that our buildings are old.
One of the big pieces that we run into is space.
It's very difficult to set up the classroom to make it work with the curriculum the way it should.
My 8th grade band is 39 students. I can't fit 39 students in my room, so I have 2 small bands, and the only time they ever get to play together is at the performance.
We have spaces now that we are confined to the structure, and by using flexible seating, flexible furniture, flexible walls spaces, we'll be able to make the classroom space how we want to for the learning activity versus having the learning activity be only within that space that we currently have.
If you're teaching a class of 10 to 20 3-year-olds, you need to be able to adapt your plans. They might need their wiggles out. We might need to get up and do a music and movement activity. So the bond would really help create larger spaces for the children to adapt easily.
Some of the exciting things about potentially changing the space is creating spaces where whatever a student's needs are that day, we're able to meet them within the learning setting.
When students have accessible rooms and spaces that they feel confident in and comfortable in, they really shine, they show us their skills. They're able to learn more because all the tools are right there at their fingertips.
Creating the spaces for kids to learn the language that they want, or giving them the space to really enhance their drama and their musical passions. We can push our students and push our teaching and learning even further.
One of the things that we are really truly hoping to do is to give each building a sensory space for students. We want to make sure that students with anxiety or ADHD are able to work with a social worker or counselor so that they can get back to their learning environment more quickly. Every student deserves the opportunity to have access to the curriculum no matter what their learning needs are.
It's hard for them to get around. There's not accessible bathrooms, there's not ramps places. We're trying to protect the students' dignity by giving them as much independence as we can.
If a kid's caused harm and we're trying to repair that, make it right, we need a space to be able to have a conversation with parents that is both private but also conducive to that type of environment.
Larger spaces where students know they can find their social worker or their counselor at all parts of the day.
In education, technology plays a huge role.
I think about the investment that our district made in our technology in 2005. Much of the technology that was invested then was state-of-the-art, had a lifespan of 7 to 9 years, and here we are 15 years later and we're using some of that same technology.
I just know that there's so much more potential than we are able to provide our students. The maker spaces or the STEM labs or the innovative hubs and the different spaces that we can create so students can go and engage and kind of interact with their learning in a more meaningful way. Incredible things are happening every day, and I think with this bond we can push our students and push our teaching and learning even further.
This bond is not just for the next 5 or 10 years. This bond is a 50-year vision of what can happen. Here is the year 2020, and with our 2020 vision, we are looking forward to the next 50 to 60 years in terms of what we can provide our students in Bloomfield Hills schools.